as they're going to be kicking off on Canal. Now remember, in round 3, the off-meta combat round of Golden League 2, you cannot pick the 4 banned civs per map. And on Canal, that happens to be, it was English, Delhi, HRE, and Ottomans are all banned here. So these guys are within the rules. They're prepping themselves. It does begin in a few days. And both of these players are going to be participating. Anatand, very talented player, actually. I've been really impressed with what I've been seeing out of Anatand in the last few weeks. CIS player, really just kind of came out of nowhere, practices with the likes of B all the time, the 3D clan, and has been capable of slaying B on multiple occasions. So curious to see what his competitive career is going to look like in the coming months if he continues the grind like he has. I mean, he really did just kind of sneak up on a lot of people. Like, Anatand at the time of recording is 38th on the leaderboard. In fact, I think he even got picked up by the 3D clan a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken. Divine DFP, on the other hand, is a player that we've seen for a while. And thank you, I just realized we've got an awkward image there. Let me get rid of that. So Divine DFP is definitely a familiar face we've seen for quite a while. Feels like it's been a while since we've really checked in with him. Guy who was infamous for spamming French TC booms back in the days, but of course had to innovate. Some of you may also remember him as one of the most enthusiastic of the Delhi herbal medicine spam in the early days of AoE4. But those things are gone. So, you know, when someone takes cheese away from you, you go for Mongol outpost rush. I'm kidding. But I appreciate that Divine DFP really is trying to innovate himself as a player. Right? He's trying to broaden his civ pool. Right? This is not the guy that about a year ago you would have said he plays 2 civs, and if you ban them, you win. He's definitely got to grips with pretty much every civ, right? I think it's been a while since I've seen him, but I want to say like his Abbasid play was maybe a little bit weaker, but I think most players kind of struggled with that, and especially are struggling with the new version ever since the big patch. But Mongols are a bit more cut and dry. Get up and in their face as quickly as possible. And it's why you see Anatand did not go immediately for the docks that we see so often on Canal. Because he's playing up against the Mongols, he's worried about the burn down that can occur. So instead, he's going to open the Spearman, try and combat this. Now, this is an interesting thought because on one side, you've got the extra stone to passively produce additional units for the Mongol player. On the other side, because the IO, you've got a 20% booster to your food income. It does mean, however, you can't necessarily always keep up on production, but if Anatand chooses to kind of be in turtle mode, it should mean that he should always have more spears to defend with. In fact, Divine DFP, he just scouted out what's happening here. His move should be just to immediately move upriver and drop a dock. He could even think about posturing it on his opponent's side. I think that's got to be the play, right? Because there's multiple reasons why it's an amazing play for a Mongol player. For a start, like you right now have full vision control and your opponent is scared. He's not coming out. The follow-up is also by dropping a dock here, your opponent can't wall you out, right? You'll always have access to his eco. But it looks like instead of doing that, Divine is going to take the safe option. Boo. And it's actually frustrating. Like, I think he missed a trick here. Like, the problem is we have God Vision, right? We see Anatand's rotation is a bit late to scout out. He would have got scouted by the time probably by the time he starts building here, right? And I think that's very difficult for Anatand to arrive and block that in time with. In fairness, though, that would have required Divine DFP constantly push his Spearman still, and he did take a break, so maybe that's the thought process, as he felt like if he wanted to go more aggro at the dock, he would have had to have kept pushing Spearman in the meantime. Now, that does mean Anatand is going to pull one Vili for his dock. And remember, he's going to build this a lot quicker, so not really susceptible to being blocked out, especially considering that Divine DFP did take that aforementioned break in production. And I see Anatand in chat. We'll see if he's happy that this one's being cast or disappointed. Right now, he has to feel happy, though. You can see the count clearly in his favor. Frustrating for Divine DFP. He was hoping to maybe kind of idle that dock out a little bit. He did at least start producing fishing boats sooner, but he needed to here, right? The Chinese do push out boats faster from the docks. So in the coming minutes, Anatand is going to move ahead. So Divine DFP really has to make a choice fast. Does he want to try to, be greedy, head for a cast stage timing, or does he want to rush up in a Feudal and start turning the screws? Timing is trying to give the screw you here, the Spearman, but it's just a bad fight for Divine to be taking. And the worrying part about this is you see how many extra spearmen he keeps queuing up. But he took this fight at a number disadvantage, and it means that he's clearly coming out worse for wear. I mean, just look at the corpse count. Even the recommitments here. Anatan is clearly on point. Keeps the more injured spearmen to the backside, and just keeps on pushing. And now this is awkward for Divine DFP. This is the worst situation to find yourself in. You know, you kind of were frugal with your spearmen to a certain degree. You were kind of nickel and diming it. And now your only choice is to double down on them. Because remember, he wasn't gathering gold. And oh no, oh, come on, not like this. He made a cool play with the Gur. He gathered the sheep from far out. But it meant when he wheeled back, you have to double check that you've unpacked. Oh my god, this is like double bad as well. He went for the second gold vein instead of the closer one. And he doesn't have wheelbarrow, by the way, folks. Oh, this hurts so much. These buggy Gurs. Makes you want to say Gert out of my game. Okay, I'm sorry, but it really does feel that way right now. And oh, you want to know what makes it worse? What makes it so much more worse? Yeah, he just realized he's going to unpack now. Oh, thank God he noticed, because after this, he would have had to have made one more run, right? Because it would have put him at 190 gold. Man, Anatan, he doesn't realize just how good the game is right now. Well, he does now that he's watching in chat, but in this moment, he can feel the advantage, but he doesn't necessarily know fully why. Oy, oy, oy. Even more spin coming. Divine DFP even loses the Khan. And then maneuver arrows to try and manipulate the fights, and still outnumbered. I mean, this is a wash. Like, this game feels chalked. He's going to rush the tech up. It's going to be Silver Tree build. Anatan really isn't far away. Just look at the food. Look at the gold. He can catch up. Remember, he's the Chinese. He builds quicker, baby. I mean, that's the whole army gone, though. And, you know, Divine DFP, sure, you can now counter him out with archers, right? He's built 17 spearmen, so you just naturally go to archers to deal with this. But you're going to lose the docks. And you might also lose the fishing boats, because this many spearmen can Molotov them pretty much straight away. Oh, dude, Anatan's so on point. Notice that he just peels the injured spearmen, uses them to torch, and then sends in the healthy ones. And Divine desperately trying to get a demo ship, but bruh, that's... it's not... there's no way. Is he going to get it? Oh my god. Oh! One spearman. One whole spearman. Such a bad unit. Do you know why they call them demolition ships? Because building them will demolish your own economy. Do you know why they call them explosive junks? Because they're junk. Oh man, I feel bad for him. It's so hard to make that play, by the way. This is something I want to like highlight about the 3D clan. I've noticed this with B, and we just saw it with Anatan as well. They are so on point in their timing. This is something you have to, at the highest level, understand, is once you hear that tech up go off, if you're trying to burn a dock, you need to immediately be counting, right? 15 seconds, and then you need to check on the dock. We've seen this from B, and now we've seen it from Anatan. Minimizing the casualties like that goes a long, long way. And it ensures that your opponent just like wastes his first ship, right? 160 resources to kill an 80 resource unit is not a good feeling. Oof. So Divine DFP, he did get another dock up, but this is a bad dock, man. Look at how far he has to go. One shoreline fish here, and then... Anatan already has double dock as well. This is very problematic. If you get into an arms race on the water side, you're going to lose here because the Chinese are going to produce quicker. You know, eco-wise, they already feel clearly ahead as well. Like your fishing boats, they idle a long time. Anatan, sure, he didn't build as many, but he didn't really need as many is the thing. Especially with how much more efficient his are. That wasn't an intended pun, but we'll take it. You're not going to see the war junk come out, but already being mirrored by Anatan. Anatan has done a great job of keeping these spears alive, by the way. This is really important because if Divine missteps, then he can rush in with the spears and add the torch damage onto the war junk. And he'll actually win that engagement, right? Because like the archer ship is the only thing that threatened this spearman mass. Archer ship from Anatan. Wait, no. No! Wait, please tell. No. Well, this is awkward. Now, I don't want to fat shame, but if you were a little bit skinnier, Mr. Junk, you would be able to get through. Like, maybe if you just, I don't know, cover yourself in some butter, you could squeeze on by. Oh, that's so rough. He needs to wait. Oh, he's still waypointing the left side as well. So really, Divine DFP actually has a way of getting resources again. I think the play for Anatan is to turn this into a naval arrow slits dock. Probably the best play that you could do here. Meanwhile, in the Legion of Doom, or rather, soon to be doomed. Oh, Divine DFP, what are we gonna do with you? You know, other than completely murder one of your landmarks because it's here on its own. Wait. Oh, Anatan's not going to check. So he's checking for traders. He doesn't... I don't think he spotted the fact that Divine DFP willed the silver tree all the way out here. Which was a surprising choice made by him. Alright, hear me out. You build 3 demos, you bait your opponent in, then delete the dock. It's like breaking a wall. Wait, demo? He killed 2, injured a 3rd. It's kind of alright. Still not that impressive, though. Once again, I told you, Anatan, if you just get your ships on the slim, fast diet, then it would be all Gucci. They'd be able to do it. It's fun if he's got a lot of ships with the boom ship out. Takes out one of the Springolds. Now, Doc is going to fall. But whoopie freaking doodah. I mean, this is a commitment. If Anatan just goes in, now he can instantly just torch down these archer ships. Going to force the pull back. Barbican on the crossing from Anatan, and he's just got full control. Chasing him all the way up river because there's no way you can go. Now, trade is happening behind this. Divine DFP needs to keep Anatan's attention here. If Anatan now goes across to the Spearman, it's going to ruin his one way back into this game. Always talk about fresh things in my chat, but not much fresh fishing that can happen right now for Divine DFP. I mean, he's exhausted it, right? Yeah, he has to come all the way up river for the shoreline fish. And remember, Anatan, although he lost that dock, he still has more here. And with this many villagers building the area, I say that, it's just 2. He could easily just drop a dock afterwards when he's done with the Barbican. And he's done a great job of keeping this Springald alive long term, though. Just the fishing boats coming in clutch time and time again. And you know, it's Divine DFP has to throw himself at this fight. Like, he can't give up ground here, or he loses his food eco. And he's already lost his land eco. The ponies, the poor ponies. And Divine, he's being so greedy in this game. Boom ship. Okay, that's like the freest kill of your life. Fishing boats are healing the wrong ship. And the second demo ship is ready to go. Now, Divine DFP, he's got a problem now. Because he's in a position where he now has to build something to defend with instead of just rushing up. Look at the position of Anatan. More spearmen just coming in. If you go for a tech up now, you GG. Demo. Oh, the body blocks. I don't think I'd call this a serpentine maneuver, right? We're not at that level, but it's working. How is it that these fishing boats get to live this long? They're finally being targeted down. The cost on this trade, though. It feels like Divine should just be able to go up, but he's so reluctant to sacrifice water. I actually think Divine probably would have been better off if he just gave up on water and didn't build like the last 3 Springald chips, right? Just went for the tech up instead. Would have allowed him to defend on land as well. I mean, look how late this Archer play is. I don't know how many traders he lost in total. It's been, well, I want to say 4 maybe. 5 or 6 maybe? It's been quite a few. So I think he lost, what, 2 fishing boats? And we see the worker kill count is now 8. Antan's probably got a smile on his face right now. You know, this is like that embarrassing moment where you think you're very big. You flex that you're very big. And then, because it's the Chinese and they have Chugenu, they say, no, 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 I'm the big boy here. They whip out this wad of pain. The Chugenu. And also the gold. Oh. I'm checking the, like, I think, yeah, it's the demo ships again. He could have had Castle Age. This is so many villages. Anatan, you're vile, by the way. You're nasty, okay? You take his trade. You take his gold everywhere at once. The Chinese way is a painful way. Oh my, how many villages have died here? I'm just looking at this count go up. His traders and workers. I mean, Anatan, he's in cruise mode now. He's got fishing. It can't really be blocked. He's blocked gold on every front. Divine DFP, by the way, who at one point had like 800 or 900 food. He's just got none now. And not just that, Anatan is trading. He's like, oh, it's not enough that I took your trade away. Now you have to watch me trade as well. I don't blame you. I'd want out as well. Divine, if I was you, mate, I'd be messaging Anatan and be like, bro, can you private your data? No one needs to know about this game, please. Too bad, Divine. Anatan left himself open.